All right, Craig, now we got a car over here. Doesn't quite look like the other vehicles we just looked at. What's wrong with this vehicle?
They have about 1 square footage of viewing for the road, which is not good. And it's a safety hazard for everyone. So, and especially if you have to turn on your windshield wipers or anything else obstructing the view. And what's going to happen is a lot of this snow is when the car eventually warms up. Everybody's had this happen before. What happens is the snow is going to get pushed down if they have to make a sudden stop or anything, which completely obstructs their view. And then the other thing is, a lot of people will just clear the windshield, clear the back windshield, and then what happens is, again, the snow starts to melt and it creates a pileup that causes it to fly off. If the snow or ice flies off, hits another vehicle, causes damage or an accident, the driver of this car is responsible. So what we're going to do is we're going to be good stewards and corporate citizens and clean off our coworker's car properly.
Craig, as you're finishing up the clear up, so we talked about this was a bit of a bust of a snowstorm, but you can see we have about an inch and a half up top. Now, multiply that by 2 or 3 times, you know, once we actually got a real storm, you can imagine that impact is just going to be all that much worse for vision. And also, if you need to get a quick out, the windshield wipers are not likely to keep up when the inches keep piling on there.
Absolutely, and that's one of the problems. People rely on their windshield wipers, and then when they're on the interstate or going 65 miles per hour, and that doesn't work, that's when accidents happen. And now, all of that is cleared off. Now, I think it's important to remember, Troy, what the law says is it has to be a reasonable effort. So, you have to make a good faith attempt to get as much of the snow and the ice off.
So in short, some of this stuff up here, not problematic, right?
Correct. Correct. It doesn't need to be pristine, but it needs to be reasonable.